today we pay tribute to a soldier who embodies the courage of his generation. A young man who was a freshman in high school when the Twin Towers fell, and who just 5 years later became an elite paratrooper with the legendary 173rd Airborne. The Sky Soldiers.
On a November day in 2007, about a year and a half after he enlisted, then Specialist Kyle White and his unit were ambushed, pinned against an Afghanistan mountainside, fully exposed to enemy gunfire and rocket-propelled grenades. Despite being briefly knocked unconscious and then later wounded by shrapnel, White repeatedly drew the enemy's fire as he aided a dying comrade and moved another slowly to safety.
Today we present our nation's highest military decoration, the Medal of Honor, to Sergeant Kyle J. White.
You know, as the ceremony progressed and you hear the reading of the narrative and the citation, all you think about are the guys that we lost that day. And especially as soon as he, draped the medal around my neck, I was facing directly towards one of the brothers of Captain Ferrara, who was killed that day. And so, he was directly in my line of sight. I was just thinking of the cost of being there that day. Everything that's happened before it and up to that point, to standing there on that stage, it was a lot to deal with.
A detailed account of the battle is on the official Army website that signifies what will now be Kyle White's lifelong service in the role of American hero.
To me, the heroes are the guys that lost their lives that day. I wear them on this bracelet, KIA bracelet, and those are the real heroes because, they gave everything in defense of our country. To me, there's no other choice but to be humble about it because I was doing, nothing different than any of those other guys would have done if the roles were reversed. When you're deployed, you never know what the day is going to bring, but you have to be prepared for anything. And the only reason I did what I did that day and, did things as well as I did, is because we, as a unit, were the best trained that we could be. Through our entire train-up process before we deployed, they just pounded into us that we're going to a bad area, this is going to be a bad deployment, and we need to train accordingly, and that's what they did. And so I think, nobody ever wants to be in a situation like 9 November 2007, but when you're put into that, no matter who was on that trail that day, you fall back onto your training, that muscle memory, that stuff that's been, beaten into your head over the years, it just all kind of comes together.
He became the 7th living recipient of the Medal of Honor from the war in Afghanistan, a medal this now former soldier will still wear at special occasions, a medal the sight of which will draw a salute from even the highest-ranking general. Kyle White is a Seattle native who came to Charlotte in 2011 after his service. He earned his degree in finance at UNC Charlotte, a fitting connection given that this university got its start in 1946 to serve returning World War II veterans earning their educations under the GI Bill. Now he's an investment analyst, and Kyle White says his sight today is set on being an advocate for returning vets to help them take full advantage of the modern GI Bill, the one that helped him get to where he is today.
I'd researched the business program because I knew I wanted a degree in business, and it had good reviews, especially for the area, and I knew it was close to where I was going to be living anyways, so it's kind of just aided in my decision to attend here. I love Charlotte. It's definitely home now. The conflict in Afghanistan is coming to an end in the next year or so. So there's going to be a lot of transition with people separating from the service, all the services. And so what I'm taking as my personal mission is kind of educating these service members on the importance of an education, the importance of using the benefits that they have earned. And I think it starts with getting through to that individual service member about really what life is like out in the job market, and really the importance of an education, and kind of educating them, hey, you have these benefits, but don't just use them to get any degree. Go get a degree that's going to be useful, it's going to be working towards a career for yourself. what I've done since day one is just one day at a time. You know, kind of one mission at a time, kind of how you do it when you're in the service. One mission at a time, and I keep moving forward. And whatever happens that the collective end goal is, you know, just hope it's something that helped a few guys out.